behind this.
What's up, Metal Summoners? It is so great to see you guys. We love rocking out with you guys. We're always down for great conversations, and we're super stoked that you guys are hanging out with us right here on Rockin' Pod. So we're going to jump right back into it. Right on. We've got Leilani Kilgore. First and foremost, thank you so much for taking some time to hang out with us and rock with us, and welcome to the Metal Summit.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, you are not foreign to Rockin' Pod. You've definitely been here before. When it comes to an environment like this where there's so much going on, I mean, we were talking about a colleague who's a different kind of person when it comes to these kind of environments. But how do you look at very busy expo type events?
I mean, it's so weird because you gotta really stay in character because I can be pretty fucking introverted. But at the same time, I feel very much like a kinship here. Like we're all just a bunch of rock and roll fans. I just like having conversations with people. And I'm probably not a great interviewer because I'll talk about anything, anything. So I'm just having a ball.
Absolutely.
It just worked out.
Well, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with starting off right into that. So, of course, Rockin' Pod is very rock music driven.
Yeah.
And being a musician, of course, of your own, how did you get involved in music? What was it about rock music, and how did you start playing?
Oh, the aggression. Absolutely. I mean, I always my dad was always showing me guitar players from a very early age, and getting me into the Stones and Stevie Ray Vaughan. But my first CD that I bought was a Green Day CD, and then I found the White Stripes, and then I found the Misfits and TSOL, and I was like, fuck man, this is I think I was a very angry child, and I was like, this is the healthiest outlet. I don't want to be punching kids in hallways. So let's go for an overdrive pedal and a shitty amp and a Les Paul.
Right on.
Healthier.
No, for sure. When it came to not only just playing, what was it also about singing that got you involved in that? Was it appealing to be obviously delivering lyrics with vocals as opposed to just writing and playing as a part of the stage?
It's probably partially an ego thing. It took me a long time to learn how to be a side person because I was always very much I like being the center of attention, I like being center stage. When I could do it, I mean, being off stage, I actually kind of like being left alone. But I like being up there and getting to perform. And I've always just loved singing. I've always been drawn to it. I just think it's a really great way to express something. I think it's a beautiful thing we get to do. Melodies. I'm a big fan of a great melody. So my favorite thing is just the way that you can go from something so sensitive to super fucking balls to the wall. Just that range of emotion. I think it's one of my favorite things to get to do and express all of that. Part of a microphone.
Absolutely, for sure. Angel, my friend.
What was the first instrument that you actually learned?
It was guitar. Yeah, definitely. I tried saxophone for a little while, but there was a guy that I had a crush on who wasn't in band, and I wanted to go do whatever he was doing instead. So saxophone didn't last very long. Shit piano. I'd love to play drums, but I can't get all of that working at the same time. So guitar it is.
What was the singer and the drums? We get that an awful lot. Where singers, they started out with drums, and I'm what is
really?
It about the drums?
We get so many to front people, whether it's a lead guitar player where it's their band or a singer like yourself. So many artists that started in the drums were I'm over being ignored back here. I want to be up there.
See, we all have an ego problem, man. It's going to come out sooner or later.
But no, we're so open to all the artists that we talk to. We'll talk about anybody, no matter what. We had a guest, Lafty, who's in a very prominent rock band for many, many years that does more of a folk thing now. And when we invited him on the show, he's like, I am not metal. It's just a name. We love good conversation. We're the Metal Summit, but it's just in a name.
Sure.
You don't have to be a metal guy or girl or anything to be on the show. We just love to share the wealth and talk to everybody about everything. But maybe it's because Angel and I are just so open to various guests of different natures that we seem to stumble across a lot of former drummers.
That is so bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been lucky enough to say that I'm a former drummer, but I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get lucky.
Oh, absolutely.
And the awesome thing is, we're getting to interview you today, and then tonight you're performing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that's awesome.
I'm pretty stoked about it. I mean, like, you know, the other thing I would have done is like sat at home and done my taxes, which is like the lamest thing to do before playing a rock and roll show. So now I kind of like get to get in like a better mindset, be around like all these people that I know and love and look up to, and get to talk about music. And I'm just getting like all the more excited. I mean, we're opening for my buddy Chuck Smith, right? And I've spent my entire day trying to figure out how, like, have you heard the story about Henry Rollins trying to like upstage Iggy Pop, and he spent
Yes.
like 3 years like physically training and still got upstage?
That segment on that DVD is something I watch on the regular, where he was like torturing his band, like, no,
Yeah.
we will win.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Tuck. And then I just did an interview, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I saw Tuck play in like Birmingham or something, and he did in North Carolina, and he did like a headstand on stage." I was like, "God damn it! Like, what do I do? What am I gonna do tonight? I gotta kick a foot through an amp or something." So this has been like a nice little. It's like pre-gaming.
You should get like a cardboard cutout of him where you
Of
can just
Tuck.
take your and then just pow at some point
I'm sure
during
he
it.
wouldn't take that personally in the slightest.
No,
He's
exactly.
the nicest guy.
And
too.
that's what would just
He'd
be so
like,
great. It's like, you think you're better than me?
Just light a Tuck effigy on fire.
There you
That's
go.
what I think of you.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be really flattered.
Feel the burn.
I would walk off and just start crying. I think that feels so bad.
That's what we're talking about allergies earlier.
Yeah, I feel like rock and roll now, like, you know, all of us, like, the only drugs we're doing are Advil or, like, Airborne, you know what I mean? Like, it's, like, conscientious
Emergency.
rock and roll now. Exactly, yeah. I don't know what happens.
I was backstage at one rock show. We were talking about Ben Gay.
Talking about...
That's how I knew we were.
Please tell me you at least had a drink in your hand for that conversation. We're not that.
I had a cheese slice of pizza in my hand.
Oh, yeah, so this is perfect.
Was this with KV?
No.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I was about to be like, wait a second. There is no way you were talking to Kick and Valentina about Ben Gay and over a cheese pizza.
I'm not going to say the show.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Rock
Ben
and
Gay
roll.
and taxes.
And taxes.
Yeah, how to
That's what we
save
talk about.
Death and taxes.
Death
Yeah,
and
but the guy has
taxes.
an accountant, so he's fucking.
Just roasting people on this episode. Accountants.
Yeah, man, I
talk.
heard Ace Von Johnson just eats orange peels like whole for like the vitamin C. He'll just eat and take a bite out of it like an apple. That's Ace's thing.
That's Ace's thing.
Yeah, you should ask him about it.
Oh, that
We're
poor
all-
guy. Now
We're
we
all
have a
healthy
topic.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's
It's
taking care of the scurvy, you know.
Mhm. Oh,
My
yeah.
band and my band and I do stretches. My drummer's 50 years old. He plays with Richie Blackmore, and he's doing fucking. He does Qigong at 10 o'clock in the morning, every single day on tour. That's what rock and roll is becoming.
Yeah.
Where's Dixie? We need to talk to Dixie about this. Dixie can save us all.
Oh, he was here before you.
Yeah, perfect. There you
So
go.
he was not shy about that rock star life. He was like, oh man, we've got. This is if you come to one of our shows, you're probably going to have to drink. You're going to do this. We might land on you when
Yeah.
we jump off stage.
100%.
They were
I think he
definitely
like died once, so I don't think he has any fear left to feel.
probably
I think
not.
he's probably pretty fearless.
So we were talking. So we were talking to the ghost of Dixie's past.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. He's like Ghost Rider now. It's just there's yeah. All hell's gonna break loose around Dixie Dragster.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know we got to wrap this up in 2 minutes. We've got somebody.
Oh, we haven't even talked about anything useful. I'm sorry.
Oh no! Everything
Just trying to
is
keep you on time.
everything is useful.
We've got a lot to do, a lot going on today.
I think we have a little bit of wiggle room now.
Yeah.
I looked at the schedule earlier, so we got some wiggle.
No, just we don't get killed.
Oh no, absolutely. Like I said, always my fault.
Posted up in the
Oh, yeah.
rafters.
There's it's like a comedy show where they flash the red light to let the talent know they have to wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
It's probably like the same way where a red light goes when they're still talking, then just pew.
Exactly. Just keep an eye out for the little laser pointers.
No, exactly.
So, what can fans expect the rest of this year as far as shows